Hey guys, how's it going? Teresa here coming at you live from Austin, Texas. It is Monday, 10 a.m. Central, a couple minutes behind, but that is okay. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody's having a great one. We've had a beautiful weekend here in Austin. I've mostly spent it preparing all of our birth supplies for our baby, cleaning the house, meeting our second midwife, doing all of those fun things. Hi, Annie. Is it Annie? Hi, Annie. So great to see you. Please type your name into the comments below. I would love to be able to pronounce it properly. How was your guys' weekend? I got a haircut. My hair is shorter, which is so nice. It is going to be so much easier to manage. I'm pretty excited about it. All right. So this week, a completely different topic. Hello, my husband. A completely different topic. This week, I will be talking all about our home birth approaches. I'm 37 weeks and 1 day today. So theoretically, baby could come at any point. But our official due date, guest date, guesstimate date, whatever you want to call it, is at the end of this month, the last day of February. So we will see. Who knows? Hi, Whittle Wizard and Rim Samir. I can't wave at you for some reason. Why is that? Instagram's not giving me that option. Oh, well, if you're watching on Instagram, hello, friends. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. And if you're watching on Facebook, hello. If you're watching on replay, I love seeing you here. This week, I will be talking all about the home birth process, specifically the preparation for it and how it has gone for us for the past, 9 months. I am now 9 months pregnant, basically, which is crazy. And all the ins and outs of it, and all the practical things. Now, if you would like a deeper dive into that, if you would like to see what's in our birth kit, if you want to hear the full version of this, head over to my YouTube channel. I just launched a brand new video all about home birth where I show the supplies, I talk about the entire process and how it all went. You can find, hi, Mama's Midwife. It looks like we have a midwife in the house. So exciting. So I just launched a brand new video on my channel where I show you and talk all about, the things like the birthing kit, how every single trimester went, and I take a deep dive into our decision of why we chose to have a home birth and how the whole thing went, preparation-wise. Hi. Second part of this video is going to be after we have our home birth, anytime in the next few weeks, and I'll be sharing about things. Hi, Fabio. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. All right, about how it went, things we learned, things we would have done differently, and about the whole experience. Obviously, cannot do that video now. I'll do that after we are done having our home birth. Okay, let me adjust this. There we go. Why we chose home birth. I'm seeing some feedback that maybe my sound isn't working. Hi, Kara. So great to see you. How's the sound now? Let me know in the comments below on YouTube and Facebook if you can hear me. I hope that it's working. It may have been muted, which would have been very unfortunate, but whatever. That happens. All right. Number 3, not being able to wear, not being required to wear a mask during labor and not being separated from our baby if tested positive. This is huge and this is kind of crazy, but this is the norm in a lot of health facilities at the moment. What is happening with my hair over here, y'all? There is some feedback. Uh-oh. All right. Kara says there's some feedback on my Instagram. What can I do about that? I don't think I can do anything about that right now, apart from... All right, let's see. Maybe this is working better now. Who knows? All right. Hopefully it sounds better. Okay, it's working now. Oof. May have not been working for the first 15 minutes, you guys. Oh, well. That happens. Okay, so feedback is on IG only. That's so weird. I'm wearing my headphones. It's not super bad. Okay, good. All right. So not being required to wear a mask during labor. I think as crazy as that sounds, that is a requirement in some facilities. Hi, Dennis. Ciao. Also, if me or baby were to test positive in a lot of healthcare facilities, we would be separated after birth. Once again, these are choices for us. We personally believe that this is completely unfounded, medically unfounded, research unfounded, and that it is a cruel practice. And that the first few moments that you get bonding with your baby are some of the most formative moments that you'll get in your entire lives together, and that they'll dictate how postpartum goes and how a lot of things in your child's life go. Being separated because of testing positive for COVID, even maybe without showing any symptoms, is just unacceptable to us. So that was not something we were ever going to do and put everybody through. And then lastly, easier postpartum time. We are so excited that when I go into labor, we don't have to pack a bag. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to check into a hospital. We don't have to spend the night at a hospital room. All we have to do is just snuggle in closer, take rest, and prepare our home and save up our strengths for the delivery of our baby. And the same goes for postpartum time. So we won't have to, be packing anything up and moving anywhere and coming back home and all of that stuff. We will simply be in our home already. Our midwives are going to come to our home to do all the home visits in our home. And we're very excited for that. Same with meals. I'll be able to eat exactly what I want when I want it. Once again, you're not allowed to do that in hospitals. I'll be able to rest in my own bed, use my own bathroom, get acquainted with our baby in the safest environment I know, which is our home. Okay. So maybe you're thinking, okay, Teresa, this all sounds great, but what about the risks? The big risks. What about the risks? Well, it turns out that if you look at data, you guys, home births are extremely safe. So let me share some numbers with you. Natural childbirth statistics show that less than 5% of laboring mothers need a medically necessary C-section. Less than 5% need a medically necessary C-section. So yes, there is always a percentage. In general, from my midwife, I learned that it's between 5 and 10% of women who need medical intervention in their births. For those, hospitals are amazing. Being able to transfer to a hospital quickly is amazing. I'm so grateful for that, and I will be the first to take it. But it's only 5 or 10%. That's a very, very small percentage. There was a very large study done between 2004 and 2009 on home births in the US with 17,000 women. And these are the outcomes that they found. There was a very high rate of completed home births. And during this study, it was 89.1%, although I believe this percentage has since gone up. There was a high rate of vaginal births, 93.6%. You guys, if you look at the corresponding statistics from hospitals, This is like non-existent. There was a high rate of completed vaginal births after C-section, the so-called VBAC. If you've had a C-section and then you want to give birth vaginally, 87% of women were able to do that. That is extremely high. An extremely high percent of breastfeeding, 97.7% of women were breastfeeding at 6 weeks, which is incredible. There were very few emergency transports to hospital, which is something that one of the first points we asked our midwife about. Primary reason for being transported to a hospital is something called the failure to progress, which just means that your labor is not moving along as quickly as possible, and everybody's getting not as quickly as it should, and everybody's getting exhausted. And we want to prevent that. And so those cases, you get transferred to a hospital. You get administered drugs to help along with your labor, or maybe you get administered an IV or whatever, just to help replenish your strengths. Urgent transfers due to reasons like fetal distress are extremely, extremely rare. And extremely low rates of intervention. C-section rate of 5.2% and less than 5% use of Pitocin or epidural anesthesia during birth. Now, if you look at this one statistic in hospitals, 32% of deliveries are via C-section. So 5.2 if you're giving birth at home and then have to transfer versus 32%. And this rate increases, especially in the US, every single year. Now, 26% of those are low risk C-sections. That's all I'm going to say. This is by no means an exhaustive list. Once again, these are just things that I looked at when we were making our decision, and the best decision for me and my family. So I recommend that you go and do your research and decide what is best for you and your family as well. Now, second biggest question, what about pain? What about pain medication? Epidurals are extremely common. It is also, I would say, pretty much common knowledge. If it's not common knowledge, go and do some research on this. But epidurals also impede the progress of natural labor. So not everybody finds this to be true, but apparently upwards of 35% of women who experienced an epidural found it either hindered their ability. So this is for after. So first of all, it impedes the progress of labor. And then secondly, it can have consequences on things that happen after labor. So 35% of women who had an epidural found that it hindered their ability to breastfeed, bond with baby, or recover easily after birth. The reason why epidurals can slow the progress of labor is because they impede your oxytocin release. Oxytocin is the hormone that is responsible for bringing on labor and having it progress. So, can epidurals ease the pain of labor? Absolutely. Yes, you will experience less pain in the moment, but the potential long-term effects of an epidural and the effects on how they will stretch out your labor might possibly not be worth the temporary pain relief. That's for everybody to decide. Once again, I just looked at what was right for me and my family. I did all the research, and I recommend that you do the same. I'm a firm believer in that our bodies were designed to do this, and that as long as we take good care of them and we're in excellent health and our babies are in excellent health and we keep up our mindset and, the eye on the prize, and we approach this with a strong mindset. Hi, Ellie. So good to see you. Our bodies were designed to do this. And we know how to do this. And as long as we get out of the way, and like I said, this goes for people who are very conscious, health conscious, and who've, like me, I'm extremely conscious of what I put into my body. And so I believe that my body's going to serve me back during my labor. But I will talk all about that in the second part of this video, which is going to come after my home birth. All right, guys, this is all for me today. If you would like a deep dive into what I was talking about today, why we chose a home birth, and some other topics relating to that and how the whole thing went, a sneak peek into our birthing kit and all that good stuff, head over to my YouTube channel. It is the newest video released today that you'll find on there. Please smash the subscribe button while you're on there. I would massively appreciate it if you found any value in anything that I'm saying today. Otherwise, I will be back tomorrow talking about how we picked our midwife, because I know that this is another thing that people are interested in. And there's some certain questions you should ask your midwife and all of that to make sure that you're picking the one that's going to be right for you. All right, friends, have a great Monday, and I will talk to you